Brilliance Audio presents Wolf Point by Ian K. Smith. Performed by Amir Abdullah.
"Please, help us find who murdered our father," Katrina Griffin said.
She wore a snug yellow and black sundress with a matching purse that looked completely out of place in the midst of all the concrete pillars and old steel beams. I had just finished a 30-minute session, working the heavy bag with Arnie the Hammer Skazi in the gym he owned, tucked away in the basement of Johnny's Ice House in the West Loop. Minutes earlier, Katrina Griffin and her brother Walter Griffin Jr. had walked up to me, introduced themselves, then asked if they could have a word with me in private. How they'd tracked me down here, I had no idea. We now sat comfortably in Hammer's barren office. I had angled the standing fan so it blew exclusively in my direction.
"Our father was a good man," Katrina said. "He had a good life and enjoyed living it. He never would have killed himself. He wouldn't do that to our mother, and he wouldn't do it to us."
I had recognized both of them immediately when they approached me. I had seen their faces for many months in the newspapers and on television. Katrina was much shorter in person, slender, with curly shoulder-length hair and skin the color of melting chocolate. It would be difficult to believe the man sitting beside her was her brother had it not been for those eyes, a soft hazel that mesmerized, just like his father's. Walter Griffin Sr., with his heart-stopping eyes and bespoke three-piece suits, had been a legend in Chicago city politics. A bigger-than-life personality, until one easy Sunday afternoon 2 years ago, he'd put a gun to his head and killed himself on a deserted, forgotten piece of land along the northern bank of the Chicago River. At least, that was the official account. Very few people south of Madison Street believed it. My father, who had known him for almost 50 years, was one of the doubters. I remembered him crying when he heard the news. My father rarely cried, but he had been angry. Walter Griffin had been one of the South Side's biggest supporters, never forgetting the hundreds of thousands of families who still struggled to make it to the next day. Griffin had risen to great heights downtown, but he had always found a way to give back to the distressed communities that had nurtured him.